Hey guys, I'm the Burke and I do things, and today's video is a very exciting video because it is one I've been promising now for since I was pregnant, and I have not been pregnant for 4 months. So here we go. This is going to be my postpartum must-haves video. I did have a C-section, so I did want to also highlight a lot of things specifically that helped me after having a C-section, because I found when I myself was looking up videos about postpartum must-haves, I was not seeing as many C-section specific recommendations, so I thought this would be really helpful to put out in the atmosphere. Also, something very exciting about this video is this is in sponsorship with Ana Luisa. I am teaming up with them for their Mother's Day sale this year, which I thought was perfect for the postpartum video because there's a lot of new mamas out there that maybe want to be treated special this year. I keep honestly forgetting that I also am a mom, and like Mother's Day is for me too this year. Like I'm so used to like getting my mom a present. Like I'm like, oh right, I get to celebrate too this year. So that's fun. A big reason Mother's Day is really exciting for me this year is not only is it my first Mother's Day, but technically Mother's Day last year was the day that I realized I was pregnant. And if you've seen my announcement video, you would know that I got a bunch of like false negatives on Mother's Day, and it wasn't until the day after Mother's Day that I finally got the positive test. But I always kind of relate last year's Mother's Day to like me realizing like I was pregnant finally. And then also something really exciting about this Mother's Day is both of our families are fully vaccinated. So we're actually gonna get to see people this year. And like Phoebe is gonna meet a couple family members she hasn't gotten to meet yet, even though she is 4 months old at this point. So this year for Ana Luisa's Mother's Day sale, they're running a 15% discount for anyone who shops the sale. And if you are looking to get a gift for a mom in your life or even yourself, no judgment here, the last day to guarantee your shipment arrives before Mother's Day is Wednesday, May 5th for US customers and Monday, May 3rd for any international customers. I do have a link in my description down below that will direct you to the sale. That is not an affiliated link. That is just a link that shows Ana Luisa that you went to their page based on my recommendations. What I do like so much about Ana Luisa is their dedication to being a sustainable company. They are a 100% carbon neutral company. Their products are made of recycled materials. They create all their product in limited batches, so they do not create excess waste, which I feel like we see a lot of right now in all the different types of beauty industries at this point. They do make very, very high quality pieces. They do not have any luxury markups. All of their pieces are starting at $39, and each piece does come with a 365-day warranty. Now, Ana Luisa did gift me 3 items in this video that I want to talk about today. Oh, and I was very specific to pick jewelry pieces that I thought would be baby friendly, and I totally got them right. So first here I have the Beck's mini earrings. These are the tiniest hoops I've ever put on in my life. Like there's nothing. There's nothing. Literally my daughter would have to grab my ear and pull my ear off to get these off. Like they are so teeny tiny. It is the first actual earring I have felt comfortable putting in my actual holes since having her, and they're just so teeny tiny. Like it's perfect for little grabby hands, if you know what I'm saying. These retail for $59 and will be on sale for $50.15. The next product they gifted me is this cuff earring. This is their Michelle cuff. Now, literally the only earring I have worn prior to getting this new set of earrings was another cuff earring from Ana Luisa, because I knew, once again, my ear could not be ripped off, and it does not come off. Like it really, even though it's not going through a hole, it's really snug and like comfortable, and I forget it's there, and I don't worry about my daughter just ripping it off. The Michelle cuff does retail for $39 and will be on sale for $33.15. The last product, this might be my favorite thing I've ever gotten from Ana Luisa, and it is this ring. This is called the Song Gold ring. And what's really cool about it is, one, it's an adjustable ring, so you don't have to worry about what size you get, which especially with pregnancy, like everything changes sizes on you. And I really was excited that this was an adjustable ring, but it's adjustable, but it's just like smooth. I felt like since having my daughter, the only thing I've been able to wear is like my rubber silicone wedding ring, because anything else I'm always so constantly nervous about getting snagged on her, and this one is very smooth. Like it can like brush over her skin and like it doesn't hurt her, but also because it does have this texture to it. She actually likes running her fingers over it and like touching it, which is super cute. So I wanted to thank Luisa for sending me these gifts today. And also I wanted to really quickly shout out that they do also have a mama necklace. If that is something you're interested in, they did give me this mama necklace last summer when I was pregnant. And it's also really cute, really great Mother's Day gift, really great gift to yourself, mamas. I feel you. I gift myself a lot lately. We all owe ourselves it. But like I said, if you are looking to buy anything during the sale is currently running through Mother's Day, and you can save 15% off your order by using my link down below. Thank you to Luisa for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now let's get into the postpartum must-haves. Let's go. So I actually have this broken into 3 sections. I have my must-haves, like the things that I used that like really helped me during my initial postpartum period. I have things I did not need, because there were things I bought that I saw online that I was told I needed and I did not need. And then I also have a 3rd section, which is just things that kept me sane, because maybe they weren't like going out and buying like a big old pair of underwear, but it was something that really kept me sane in that postpartum period. Not that I'm completely past postpartum, because I'm 4 months postpartum, but like the beginning is just wild. It does not get wild, but like it gets more normal, but not normal. It's very hard to explain. But let's start with my must-haves, starting with in the hospital. In the hospital, since I had a C-section, they basically keep you 4 to 5 days. So you're there for a while. Like, you watch people who have vaginal births and you're like, they're in and out. They're in and out. I felt trapped in my hospital room, especially being there during COVID, where me and my husband and my daughter were literally just in a bubble room by ourselves, could not leave, could not do anything. Like, it was a lot. But I did not want to wear the nightgown that they provide. It's not comfy. So for me, having a robe was a huge comfort for me. So I had this robe specifically from Target. If these products are still available, I will link them down below. This is from their Stars Above brand. It's a really, really nice fabric. This one specifically is long sleeves. I had a January baby, so I wanted to be warm in that hospital room. But if you are having a summer baby, I could see wanting to wear something a little bit more lightweight than this, but this was really comfy. It doesn't touch your scar. You kind of just are able to wear your big old underpants and not worry about anything rubbing on your scar. I know a lot of people really prefer a nightgown. If that is something that you're comfortable with, by all means, do you. I was breastfeeding in the hospital, so having just a robe to open easily definitely helped a lot at that point. Now overall, once you're being discharged, once you're coming home, you're just going to want to have comfortable clothes. Now, to everyone, that might be something different. Maybe that's sweatpants to you, maybe that's leggings to you, maybe that's big baggy t-shirts, maybe that's nothing, like literally not wearing anything. I'm just going to say whatever makes you feel comfortable is what you're going to want to have. So just know what you feel the most comfortable in. Make sure that it doesn't have a waistband over where your C-section scar is, which is pretty low, so it's not too hard to find pants that sit higher than your C-section scar. Just know what makes you feel comfortable is what you're going to want to wear all the time. And even if that's jeans for you, that's fine. You can wear jeans. Just make sure they're a pair of jeans that you feel comfortable in and that aren't rubbing where you had your incision. I will say, in the hospital specifically, I did wear the mesh underwear they give you. I feel like they weren't that bad. Like, I didn't find them uncomfortable. I didn't find them like ridiculous. Like, they were completely fine. I had no problems wearing them. But once I came home, I found that wearing the Freedom Mom disposable underwear were very comfortable. That's what I preferred to wear. I wore those for about the first 2.5 weeks postpartum, and they're great. I mean, you can just put your pad in them, take the pad out, and then when you're done with them, you just throw them out. Postpartum is a very wasteful experience, let me tell you. You're gonna throw out a lot of stuff, that's for sure. I'm sure there is a way to be sustainable postpartum, but that whole first few weeks of having a baby is the biggest blur of my life, and yeah, a lot of stuff went in the trash. Now, once I wanted to transition out of the Freedom Mom underwear, I moved on to the Kindred Bravely postpartum underwear. These are really nice because they have like a lace trim around them and they're high-waisted, so they're not squeezing you, because at that point your stomach isn't back to where it was, but it's also not as big as it was when you were pregnant. So the lace waistband gives you some wiggle room with how they fit on you, and then they sit really high, so you have plenty of room to not hit your incision, and it just helps you feel a little bit more comfortable. For me, something that I learned the hard way, I feel like a lot of the times when I see postpartum recommendations video, I see pads that are more like the overnight pads, the really, really long ones that are overnight. It's even the same things that I was given in the hospital, the really long pads. Now, yes, those are great, especially like the first couple of days when you're bleeding the most heavily. But let me tell you something. When you have a pad that's this long, the front half, for me, touched my incision, and that was very annoying and very uncomfortable for me. So what I wound up having to do was starting the pad like a little pushed back so it would not sit where my incision was, meaning the pad was going like up and around my butt, which like I didn't need that. I did not need a pad going up and around my butt. So for me, just like a typical more standard, just a more standard size maxi pad was exactly what I needed for postpartum. I did not find that I needed the giant overnight ones once I was past a couple days postpartum. Now we could talk about bras. Your milk is going to come in when you have a baby. Now, whether you're breastfeeding or not, that's your choice. I breastfed for a couple days and was like, this ain't for me, kid. So whatever you do you, mom. You know you best. I can recommend both non-breastfeeding and breastfeeding bras though because of this. So if you are breastfeeding, the easiest ones that I found were these. So this comes in these come in a 4-pack from Amazon. They're really easy to use. They're very comfortable. I honestly still wear them today. I mean, it's just a bra with clips. It's very comfortable. I still wear these today. And what I will say is, whatever size you think you are, size up one. Because when your milk comes in, they get bigger. So whatever size you think you're gonna be, get one size bigger and you will thank me, because I had to then go on and buy another set that was bigger because I did not realize that. Now, if you are not intending to breastfeed, what you will need to do is wear a tight sports bra. Now for me, I'm gonna recommend this because this is the bra that I used through my entire first trimester of pregnancy when my boobs were really sore. I hopefully can find this. It's from the All in Motion brand at Target. It's a very, very, very supportive sports bra, and it was fantastic for my first trimester. It helped me a lot when I was trying to stop my milk supply. What's really nice about it is, first of all, you can wear it just regular, like, so it basically looks like a regular bra, even though it's a sports bra. You can also crisscross it, but being able to just have like a really nice supportive tight sports bra will help you a lot with stopping your milk supply. And if you do want any information about actually stopping your milk supply, I'll link that video up here about how I was able to stop mine. Something I do not have with me, because I actually gave mine all away to a friend who is pregnant, are my nipple pads. Whether or not you're breastfeeding, you're gonna leak. You're gonna leak and you're gonna need nipple pads. Now, I will say, lots of places, if you do registries, they will give you registry gifts, and those registry gifts will include some nipple pads. I don't know if all your registry gifts are going to equal enough nipple pads for you, but once I stopped my milk, I still was leaking for about 2 weeks after. So I would just keep these in my bra. Again, not sustainable at all. But since I was not breastfeeding long term, I did not get the reusable ones, and just having a few on hand to get through that very beginning postpartum period helped a lot. Now, if you are breastfeeding or pumping and you are sore, you're gonna need some nipple cream. I tried a couple different kinds. The one that I prefer the most is just the regular Lancino nipple cream balm. I like this a lot. I tried the one from Earth Mama as well, which I heard a lot of people recommend. I just didn't feel like it was as good as, like, you know, it was expensive for what it was, and I feel like this worked really, really well, and I didn't have any problems with it. I was very sore, and this helped a lot. Let's just put it that way. Something else from the Lancino brand that helped me a lot that I actually talked about also in my How to Stop Your Milk Supply video are these 2 packs here. These are little jelly ball packs. You can freeze them to help yourself out. You can heat them up to help yourself out. Different temperatures help with different things. I talk about that in that video, but this little pack, they have like a whole like breastfeeding starter pack I will link below that comes with these. I don't know, just having round ice packs, it helped a lot. Another thing that helped was this. This is my boppy. Now, I would say the boppy, my breast friend. I did get the My Breast Friend, but I think I got it at the wrong time. So I think if you're breastfeeding, the My Breast Friend is probably great. My issue that I specifically had with this one, the Boppy, was when she was really tiny, like when she was born, she was very tiny. She was like 6 pounds. She would kind of slip through here. So I had wanted the My Breast Friend because it didn't have like that gap. But anyway, I'm not really talking about this necessarily for breastfeeding or any of that. I'm talking about this. This helped from when I would hold my daughter, from her being able to kick my incision. My daughter is a kicker. She's been a kicker since she was a fetus. But I found like if I, not even necessarily feeding her, but if I was holding her up here, like burping her or just holding her up here and her legs could dangle down far enough, she would find a way to kick my incision, which was not my favorite activity. So just having something around my midsection just to like create a border, like, okay, baby, we're on this half now, not on the bottom half. That helped me a lot. But I do like my Boppy for tons of things. Even after she was a baby, being able to have her like sit up, she's still a baby. I mean, since she was a newborn, like she can sit up on it, like lying upwards. She can do tummy time on it. It actually is a really nice like multi-use pillow. I think I would recommend that over the My Breast Friend. Although if I was breastfeeding, I think I would want the My Breast Friend just to be able to use it more like a tabletop. Talk about that more in my 0 to 3 month video though. Coming soon, hopefully. Something that I didn't really expect to help me were books. I'm not much of a reader. That's not something I'm like proud to say, but I don't read very much. But my mind was going all over the place those first few weeks, and I just needed, I felt like I needed to talk to someone to make me not feel crazy. So I found a couple books on Target's website that I started reading. The first one I read fully. This is called The Little Book of Support for New Moms. It's written by a couple of, I believe they're midwives, but not only did it have a lot of like recommendations and stuff, it had like pictures and stuff, like little cartoons. It had like, I don't know, just like activities you could do, stretches you could do to help you yourself if you're sore. Just like, it was very, very helpful. And it was an easy read. It was such an easy read. Like, I could do this while I was holding her and she was napping. One that I haven't fully gotten through yet, because once they're not little and sleeping all the time, you're a little bit more on the go. But this one was pretty good too. I made it through the first 6 chapters. This is The New Mom's Guide to Life with a Baby. And this one is, it's just helpful to read something and see that someone else is experiencing the same thing you're experiencing, and then you're not feeling like you're crazy. It's very helpful. As weird as it seems, knowing that you're not crazy feels helpful a lot, like more than you would expect. Okay, the last actual like must-have I want to suggest are a pair of leggings I really like. So these are leggings that are meant for postpartum. I found this brand on Amazon, and the brand is called Mother's Essentials, and they just have a really nice high panel here, but it's kind of a thicker, like sturdy feeling legging. Like it's not see-through. I have them in gray. I also have them in black. The black are dirty right now, but they're really stretchy. They're really comfy, and I liked how sturdy this kind of felt, because you want something to kind of hold you together. I didn't actually ever wind up using like a waistband. I didn't feel like I needed that. I feel like I would have been really uncomfortable because I was sitting a lot after having her and holding her, and like I didn't want to have to always be taking that on and off. So having a pant that kind of held me together was very helpful to me. Okay, now I'm going to go into the things I did not need category, because I bought a lot of stuff and I didn't need them. I have 5 items that I had purchased for postpartum that I did not wind up needing. The first thing was the Always Discreet underwear. I had bought these basically adult diapers and I just never used them. I was totally fine just using the Free to Mom underwear with a pad. I found that the material on the Free to Mom was very, I don't want to say soft, but it was gentle. Like it wasn't like scratchy, and I felt like the Discreet underwear kind of felt more like a diaper, and I was nervous to put them over my incision, so I never actually tried them. But I never went through a full pack of the Free to Mom underwear where I felt like I was done this pack and I had to like go to my adult diapers. Like I never even used up all the Free to Mom underwear that came in one pack. I did not need Dermaplast, so Dermaplast is recommended, I believe, if you've had a vaginal birth and you tear. So I didn't need that, so now I have that. I also did not need the Tux Witch Hazel pads. I actually had those, and from Honey Pot, they make witch hazel pads, and I did not use any of them, need any of them. Just, it wasn't something I needed. Now granted, I bought all this stuff thinking I was having a C-section, but it wasn't until 4 days before I actually had my daughter that it was like set in stone, you're definitely having a C-section. So I bought a lot of this stuff thinking I don't know how it's gonna go, so I still bought it to be safe, but I'm just letting you know, if you know you're having a C-section, you don't need that stuff. I already mentioned this, but the long pads, it's not worth buying. I would just get the maxi pads. It's gonna be a lot more comfortable on you in the long run. And I also did not need a peri bottle. The hospital provides a peri bottle, but I thought coming home, I would wanna use the Freedom Mom one that's kind of curved. I used a peri bottle maybe the first and second time I peed after having the baby, just to clean up the blood. But after that, I never touched it again, and I did not need it at home at all. So those were things I did not need at all that I now have, that will be going to somebody else I know who gets pregnant, basically. Now I just want to talk about general things that kept me sane after having a baby. So this goes for any type of way that you bring your baby into the world. These are the things that kept me sane. First thing was dry shampooing my hair before I went to bed at night, because showers, yeah, that's funny. Half the time I don't remember when I took my last shower. So throwing in some dry shampoo, going to bed, I wake up with hair that isn't greasy. It's great. It's just a nice take care of yourself moment, which I highly recommend taking care of yourself, doing something that makes you feel insane. For me, it was waking up and doing my makeup during her first nap. It makes me feel like more like a person, having that 5-10 minutes just to myself. For me, as somebody who is bottle feeding, having a bottle cleaning routine is really big for me. I know it sounds weird, but like making sure that I always had a clean bottle was important. Now, maybe that sounds not like the biggest thing in the world, but knowing that I was always on top of having the bottles cleaned made me feel confident that I wasn't going to wind up with a hungry baby and no bottles to feed her with. So for me, that helped me stay sane. Doing at minimum 1 load of her laundry before I go to bed at night. That is still going on. Some days we don't make it to the nighttime and I need to do one in the afternoon, and we do 2 loads of laundry. But they, little babies, make a mess. There's a lot of mess coming from all the orifices. And just making sure I got 1 load of laundry done every day kept me sane, because I always knew there was gonna be clean clothes, sheets, burp cloths, blankets, everything. So 1 load in at least once a day has helped me completely. Stocking up on more burp cloths than you think you need. Personally, my baby has a lot of reflux, like a lot of reflux, and the amount of burp cloths I started with when I had her has tripled today, and even now we still basically go through them all every day. If you want me to recommend a burp cloth, this one specifically is my favorite. This is from the brand Comfy Clubs. These muslin ones are nice and thick and absorbent and flexible and get used every single day. I will link these down below. I got these off of Amazon, but these have been a must-have. Speaking of Amazon, having Amazon Prime, I get that Amazon is not the best brand in the world right now, and I get all of that, and sure, I would love to support small businesses and all that stuff, but being able to get something to you in a day or two, in a pinch, it's helpful. I mean, not only the fact that we were in a global pandemic when I had the baby, but just like weird things where you're like, huh, is there something that can help me with this random problem I'm having? And you find it on Amazon and it can get there real fast. It's a big deal. Amazon Prime helped us a lot here. Now this one I heard people say, and I was like, no, that's not me, that's not me. And that's accepting help. I'm not somebody who likes to be helped. I'm not somebody who likes to ask for help. I had to do that once I had the baby. It's hard taking care of a baby. It's hard taking care of yourself and a baby. It's hard taking care of 2 adults, 2 cats, and a baby. I had to just accept help. It wasn't something I wanted to do. It wasn't something I liked to do, but I had to do it, and I don't regret it, but it wasn't something I ever thought I was going to do. So just know that the way you feel right now, you're like, I'm gonna parent this way, I'm gonna do it this way, I have all these plans. You're allowed to feel that way, you're allowed to have that way, but if you have the baby and you feel like you can't do that anymore and that you can't stick to what you expected you were going to do, don't feel bad. That's everyone. That's how everyone feels, and turns out changing everything. Freezer meals helped a lot. So this is kind of like prepping for postpartum, but having freezer meals helped a lot because a lot of times people will be like, can we bring you food? Can we bring you food? Can we get you food? Sometimes we would just want to not always have people inundating us with food and stuff, and we just want our own space, and like being able to take something out of the freezer and pop it in the oven and be like, no, we're fine, we're covered, we got this. It helped a lot. So this next one is one that is still hard for me, but accepting that the mess isn't going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, we're 4 months here and we have just started getting to certain rooms in this house to clean, because I mean, so much of taking care of the baby is taking care of her and her things and making sure her stuff is clean and her bassinet is ready and her bottles are clean and her laundry is clean, and like so much is making sure that the same things on repeat are cleaned that a lot of things get pushed way out of the way and don't get cleaned for a really long time, and it's overwhelming and it's stressful, and it's still something we are catching up on now. And just know that it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Kids are messy. We were all kids once. We know what we do. We make messes, and we just need to accept that that's what it's going to be for quite a while. Okay, the last thing I want to say is you are going to know what is right for your child, not someone else. So I know that for us, I had to be the one in the hospital saying, I'm not able to provide enough milk for my baby. Please get us formula. Even though a lot of nurses will push breastfeeding, 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 and not supplementing, which we're not even going to get to that in this video. But if you want to feed your baby and you know your baby needs to eat, you feed your baby however you can and however you want. Just know that. And even in the hospital, like, we specifically said we want a pacifier to soothe her, because like my husband had read The Happiest Baby on the Block, and he knew the 5 S's and all that stuff, and suck is one of the 5 S's, and we wanted to give her a pacifier. And we had a nurse that said, all of my kids had pacifiers, they're all fine. But she warned us, she goes, there will be nurses that won't want you to have a pacifier in that baby's mouth. And like, it's no one's business but your own, how you take care of your baby, and don't let it stress you out that other people are going to tell you how to parent your child, because it's not their child, and you can just tell them to F off. Honestly, like, that's the best advice I can give you, is tell everyone to F off if they tell you how to raise your child, because it's your child and you're already going through a huge hormonal change, and it is going to be the biggest hormonal change that your body experiences, even more so than pregnancy. And you're allowed to be overwhelmed, and you're allowed to just cry, and you're going to experience the baby blues, which is honestly a very overwhelming experience. It happens, it doesn't happen right when the baby's born, it happens a little bit after the baby's born, and it's just like, you cry a lot. It's not postpartum depression, it's not postpartum anxiety, it is something completely different, and you just cry a lot. But guess what? You're gonna get through it. You're gonna be a great mom to your baby. You're gonna be the happiest you've ever been. You're gonna be the tiredest you've ever been. You're gonna be the most ecstatic you've ever been, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be overwhelming. You're gonna be tired, you're gonna cry, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna be happy. You're gonna have all these emotions, and it's gonna be great, and it's gonna be super worth it, and you made it through having a baby, and you're awesome, and I hope this video helped you out a lot. I want to give another special thank you to Anna Luisa for sponsoring this video for Mother's Day this year. Don't forget to check out the link down below if you want to save 15% for any moms in your life, because guess what? Being a mom makes you a badass. I said it. I said it. So thank you for stopping by my video. Let me know anything you guys recommend if you had C-sections or vaginal or any kind of birth that you wanted to have down below. What were some things that helped you a lot that maybe I missed out on this video that you could help other moms to be down there? And yeah, that is it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.